lot to a little. We do. Real life entrepreneur, cut out the man in the middle. Some days it's slow, some days it go, but every day we trying to get to it. Running up, stay down and hustle like shit too. Trying to tell you this real life. It ain't for the weak, it ain't for the sheep. I'm talking about real life. It is.
What's up? It's your girl Anastasia The Bold, baby, and I'm on Real Life Entrepreneurs. And if you know I'm real, you gotta be an entrepreneur too. Shout out to my boy A1, cause he do it like it ain't never been done before, and he's a real life entrepreneur, and I'm glad he had me. You should be here too. Are you entrepreneur? If you ain't, you ought to be. We getting our real money and our own money, cause this is real life.
Running up, stay down and hustle like shit too. Trying to tell you this real life. It ain't for the weak, it ain't for the sheep. I'm talking about real life.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy A1 Still, and you rocking with the Real Life Entrepreneurs. We got a hot entrepreneur in here, man. I'm talking about she got all the products, man, that we gonna get down into, man. She got she's a comedian. She's got a whole bunch of hats. We just gonna have to get down there too. You know what I'm saying? We got Anastasia in this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's going on?
And you know you can't say Anastasia without saying the bold behind it.
The
That's
bold.
my brand.
The bold. Because I didn't want to say it right and wrong and stuff, so I just was like, I just gonna say Anastasia, you know. But I know she gonna correct me, you know, because if anybody they love their name, they gonna tell you, you know, they gonna hey, it's this way. This how the way you say it. So where you from?
I'm from Lubbock, but I started most of my career in West Dallas, Texas.
Okay, Lubbock. You was born in Lubbock?
Yep, country, straight country. Yeah, red dirt, Texas, tumbleweeds and everything.
Went to school, everything out that way.
Yeah, until I got to high school. Well, actually, okay, so I got to reframe it. I started out in elementary down there, and then my mom moved here, so I came to Dallas. Then I got kicked out of Dallas by the courts because they said I was a menace to society. So they sent me back to Lubbock.
You was bad. You look like you was one of them fighters.
I was a fighter, I was a protector, and I was a provider for my people.
Okay, yeah.
So I was a little bit of everything.
Okay.
A little bit of everything.
So what got you into the entrepreneur? Did you have people in your family that was entrepreneurs that put that on?
You know what, bro? I think I became an entrepreneur out of survival mode, out of survival skills. And then also the reason I became a comedian was because I used to work for Geico car insurance company, and I was hustling on the side because the money wasn't matching what I wanted to do. And so when I got caught up, I almost got 20 years. When I came out, I said, I need to do something else with my creativity because I always been real creative. Even when I was in the streets, I was the person that got all the kids that had crackhead parents. We all got together and we had our own little team, and we would go into like the men yards, and we would steal. Yeah. We wasn't stealing like nothing to just be stealing. We were stealing to survive, to like feed ourselves. Right. So I was like the person who organized everything. I would like tell this person, okay,
you gonna get this.
Yeah, you gonna get that. Yep. And I would tell us what our uniform was gonna be like. You gonna wear your tight jogging pants up under the bottom because that's gonna hold everything in, and you wear your big jogging pants over the top so you don't look like nothing. And so I just survival taught me how to be an entrepreneur. And then I was always good at picking out what people was what was popular with people or what people needed and wanted. And so it just made me come up with my own stuff because I was never one to follow the crowd. I was always the leader.
So what got you into being a comedian though?
Trying to keep from getting that dope case. Because once I got in trouble,
like what made you be funny though? Like
I've been funny my whole life. I just didn't know it was called something.
Oh, okay.
So I've been funny, but it was a lady used to be, and I used to love this lady, and God forgive me, I can't think of her name off the top of my head, but she was a beautiful black comedian, and she was very Afrocentric, and I'm hoping her name come to me before this end of this show, but she was very Afrocentric, and she used to wear this green outfit, and when she raised her arms up, she looked like an angel, and she kept like a crown thing on her head, and you don't even see her that much anymore. But she was a trailblazer, and watching her as a kid is what made me want to get into to comedy. And then I had some old uncles. They used to tell these stupid jokes, but I just thought they were so hilarious. And so I think I started doing comedy trying to heal, because all the stuff I had went through as a kid, I could use comedy as a way to heal myself. Didn't nobody know about it. Yeah, and didn't nobody know if I was telling the truth or not.
Right.
And so that's pretty much how I got into comedy.
So you like what was like your first stand up? Like what? How was that? Like,
man, I remember like yesterday. I was going to beauty school at Velma Bees, and I had a friend named Charlotte Wooten. Shout out to Charlotte Wooten. She was like, "You gotta get in comedy. You gotta get in comedy." And I was like, "Girl, whatever. I don't know how to get in no comedy." And one morning, this is when Nanette Lee was real popular on K104, and they used to do those little things.
That was a minute ago, yeah.
Yeah, it was a minute ago, 20 years ago, 23 years.
Said Nanette Lee.
Years this year, yeah. And so my friend girl, she called Nanette Lee and them at like 6-something in the morning, and we was on hold for like an hour. And it was so funny because she would not let me off the phone. I got in the shower. My daughter was outside the shower holding the phone because we couldn't hang up because we were missing opportunity. And so Nanette ended up coming on the air, coming on asking me. She's like, "Well, where have you done comedy?" And I said, "In the projects, at my school, and at the crib." And then she was like, "No, I'm serious." I said, "Me too. In the projects, at my school, and at the crib." And she said, "Okay, well, when I'm finna go off of here, and when I come back, I'm gonna introduce you, and you got like 2 minutes or 3 minutes or something like that." And I was like, okay. And so she went out, she came back, introduced me, and when she was off the air, I was telling my friend, I was like, "Girl, what I'm gonna say?" And she was like, "Say some of that crazy stuff you be saying at school." I'm like, "Nigga, we ain't at school. I don't know how to come up with that." And so that's when I learned that I was an improv comedian. I didn't know how to write. I was just, whatever was in my spirit would come out. And that song, I Deserve by Tank was out. And the other song, There's a Stranger in My House by Mia or something like that. And that's what I did my first 2 jokes about. And Nanette was laughing. They was laughing and stuff.
What did you say? Give us what you
Okay, so I said, remember the song by Tank that said, "I Deserve"? Okay, well, everybody was raving about that song. All the women was driving around playing "I Deserve." But nobody paid attention to the lyrics in that song.
Right.
At the very end of the song, he say, he grabbed her by her throat, she grabbed her coat, and she ran out the door.
Right.
Well, evidently he didn't think he deserved all that. Because the Negro choked her.
Yeah.
He choked her. That's why she took off out the door. And so I made a joke about that. And then Mia or
he
Tamia,
said, "Grab your head and I pushed her down the street." Yeah. The whole time, nigga, he fighting on me.
Yeah, he fighting. Excuse me. Yeah, he fighting. And so on the second one, it was about that lady Tamia, which said that she had a song, "There's a Stranger in My House." And I made a joke about that, saying it wasn't a stranger in the house, it was a one-night stand that went bad. And that she was trying to write a song about it before the dude came out. And so that was it. And then they invited me to the improv. Matter of fact, she invited me to the improv the next week. I went on the 20th because I did not know that they did it every 2 weeks. So when I went, it wasn't No Fat Tuesday. So they told me, "You got to come back next week." When I followed up, it was March the 27th, which was my mom's birthday. And that's when I got my first standing ovation. I've never stopped doing it since. And and the introduction was some bull crap. Because let me tell you, Nanette had scored on everybody that had went on stage before me. And when I came in the room, I came with 35 women paying $30 a piece, my first show. Yeah. And so all the girls from my school came because they was the ones who had pushed me. And I had got there a little late because my birthmark is a turtle. So I had got there like right before the time for them to do the list. And the young ladies that I was with, they was beating on the table. Every time a comedian came off stage, they would start beating on the table. "We want Anastasia. We want Anastasia." And I'm like, Lord, y'all quit that. I don't get up there. But they the ones who got me on stage. And when I got up there, bro, I was nervous. because I looked out in that room, I'm like, what am I going to say? And I looked at all them people. I said, hold on a minute, let me suck my thumb. But did nobody know I sucked my thumb for real?
Right.
And so I sat on the stage, I sucked my thumb for about 30 minutes, and I closed my eyes. And when I got up, I don't remember what came out of my mouth, but I know when I left that stage, I got a standing ovation. And Nanette Lee couldn't do nothing but introduce the next comedian. She couldn't say nothing.
Damn.
Nothing.
And
And then I passed the tip jar because I didn't know that was what you was supposed to do, and ended up with like $300 in my tip jar. Unprecedented.
Damn.
And Mr. Shucky Ducky told me, I believe it was Mr. Shucky Ducky, or if it wasn't the comedian that walked up to me, I always thought of it as, I think it was Shucky Ducky, but they walked up to me and they said, I've been doing this 20 years and I'm not as good as you. Keep going. And so that started it. I didn't never turn back. I've been doing it ever since, and I started getting paid in like 30 days. Like, people thought I had been doing it that long. They thought I had already been doing it.
Dang. Yeah, that's live. So what got you into doing the products?
A need for stuff for my people that didn't have that didn't have a whole lot of stuff in it, that wouldn't break us out. I'm a real spiritual person. I meditate. If you ever come in my house, you'll never know I'm a comedian.
So take us down through this. So
okay,
right
there. That's the Royal Wash.
1, 2, 3, 4. You got a couple things up here. So this is. So did you say this is the what?
That's the Royal Wash. That's made with frankincense and myrrh and castor oil. Okay. And frankincense and myrrh, both of those. One helps you with headaches. Mm-hmm. Like if you were to shake it up, if you were having a headache, you could literally put it on your pulse points, and the smell of it, I believe in aromatherapy, the smell of it would calm down your headaches. Matter of fact, at the show I just did, I had a customer to walk up to me and say, Anastasia, that stuff works for headaches. She said, that's what I use it for all the time. She said she don't even use it for bathing. She keep it at her job strictly for headaches. And it also helps you with swelling and inflammation. The frankincense and myrrh, what a lot of people don't know, is the first gift that Yeshua was given when he was born. That was what they brought him, the what is it called? The little crumbles, whatever it is. I can't think of it, but it's frankincense and myrrh crumbles. Mm-hmm. I'm just calling it because I can't think of the correct word. Okay. But that was one of the first things. And then castor oil is good for swelling. That is, in the old days when women had babies and we wanted to get our snatch back. Mm-hmm. When you wanted your breast to start not swell, you would put castor oil on your breast. When you wanted your stomach to go down, your granny would rub your stomach down with castor oil and wrap it with a hot towel. Another thing churches don't know, that a lot of churches use olive oil on our head when they're praying in church. Well, the word olive means I love you. And if you look at the letters, it spells I love when you turn it around. Castor oil is what they're supposed to be using to cast out. That's why whenever, in the old days when you were sick, they would have you to drink castor oil, because whatever was in you would come out of you. Right. And so some kind of way the church switched it up on us, and rather than them praying something out of us, they're putting it in us and sealing it so that we can keep coming back to them for relief. They're really supposed to be praying on us with castor oil. That's why I left the ministry.
Dang, okay.
I be going too deep sometimes.
Man, that's cool though. I like it. I like it. What's this right here?
That's my Anastasia The Bold fragrance. That is made by one of my friends, Mr. Johnston McGilbra. He is a good friend of mine, and he wanted to make my own fragrance for me based off my personality and just the energy of me. Mm-hmm. And so I have already sold like over 15 of those, and I've only been selling them like a week or so. And so people are like really buying them. This little bitty one. Yeah, that right is a small version of my second brand, because I was really pushing the frankincense and myrrh, and so people start asking me, Miss Anastasia, when you gonna make something for like sleeping and stuff like that? So lavender is a scent that helps people relax and sleep, and so that one is called Lavender Lullaby. It's a body wash and hair wash, so you can wash your hair with it and your body, and it leaves a nice lavender scent on you, and it's real light. And so it's light on your body, but it's a strong scent. If you open it up and smell it, it smells real nice. And so
I do.
That's lavender. And then this front one,
let's get to this front one. Yeah, we was having this conversation about this.
That's my Atomic Tummy Buster. I have my pop, whose name is Booker T. Leonard. My pop is was overweight, and so he was having some medical issues. And most of the stuff that I make is made because somebody got some kind of problem, and I want to get them off medicine. And so I'm a big promoter of meditation and natural remedies rather than going to the doctor getting a whole bunch of stuff that costs you a bunch of money. And so God gave me that recipe in my sleep, and he was like, "Get this to him." And I was like, okay. I said, but how do I mix it? So for like 2 or 3 days, I kept mixing it different ways till I got the perfect recipe. And so, cause I'm a dump cook, which means I don't measure anything.
Right.
And so, in order to make that formula, I had to learn how to measure.
Right.
And so, when I got my measurements correct, I tested it on my father first, cause it don't matter what I make. My dad thinks I'm God.
Yeah.
Literally, he
Yeah.
thinks I'm God because he knows my spiritual connection. And so that right there came to help him. And once I helped him and seen it worked with him, and within 7 to 10 days, he had lost 10 pounds. And so, and it's all natural. You don't get no diarrhea. It does not taste bad. And it has no negative side effects. I had one person to tell me that she got a headache when she took it, but I think it was because she's an older person and she took it in the morning on an empty stomach, and so it curbs your appetite. And if you haven't ate anything,
Right,
you're
at least
older,
have to.
yeah, it might have messed with you. So I told her to switch and start taking it at night, and I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard any more complaints. So I'm gonna follow back up with her. But for the most part, all my clients been losing weight and being able to control their appetite. And it's making them be able to take less medicine because weight is a big
Okay,
obstacle.
now the questions that I want to ask about it, that I want to,
Go for real.
Okay, so how many of those do you think a person need to take? Is it like what is your regimens of those? Like if you say it's one a day, so do you sell it to where it's like a month supply?
I do all of them. I do all of them. Because some people just want to test it. So if they just buy one, it's $20.
Okay.
But like if they buy a week, if they buy like the full week, like 7 days worth, I take $40. I take $40 off, so they can get 7 for $100 rather than buying one for $20.
Okay.
But I also have people who buy 5 days and do 2 days off because it does curb your appetite. So people that do 5 days, I sell it to them for $75.
Okay.
And
So they come in those. You just keep them in them little portions in them little jars.
yeah, this is your shot glass. This is your extra shot glass. You shake this.
Because you don't want to take too much.
It's not it's all natural, so there's really not too much. It depends on what you're trying to lose.
Yeah, right. So I was saying, so a person can't just go think he gonna finna down all these in one day.
No, I don't recommend that. I don't recommend that.
That's what I mean. Like,
No, I don't recommend that. I don't recommend that. I don't recommend that. I don't know what to do, but I don't recommend that. I don't know. But then
I'm gonna drink one now. This shit tastes good, man. I'm gonna get another one.
But I will say this: heavier people who've been heavier longer, they have a higher
metabolism.
Yeah, not a higher metabolism. They can intake more. They can take more. So somebody over 300 pounds,
Right.
they can take 2 a day.
Yeah.
But like if you're like I'd say like between 200, like 200 or below, you can just do 1 a day. But if you like know that you're overweight, then you can take 2. I'd say like 1 in the morning and probably 1 toward the middle of the day, about 12 or like 3 or something like that,
Okay.
between 12 and 3, to help you with your help you maintain your food eating. Because some people just eat out of anxiety,
Right.
and so it helps.
Eat because they bored.
Yep, eat because they bored, eat because they stressed, eat because food is right there.
Right.
Eat because they see certain colors. People don't know that colors make you eat. The colors yellow, orange, and red cause you to eat because they're your lower chakras.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yep, colors influence your eating patterns.
Well, we got these. We got these cards out here. These questions, you just pick 5 of them. You just point at them which ones you want. I'll pick them up. Can't see them.
I want PL.
Say RLE on it, but
Oh, I'm sorry.
it's okay.
Look, I want that second one right there.
This right here. There's 2.
This one right here.
There's 3.
That one.
There's 4. That's 5. right. What's the hardest part of being an entrepreneur?
Getting supporters.
Yep.
Getting supporters.
That's the only hard part.
Getting supporters and getting the word out and the marketing. Because when you're doing it yourself, everybody keeps saying, Miss Anastasia, why you ain't got your stuff online? Why you on there? I'm like, babe, I'm going to be like P. Diddy. I'm going to make $1 million out of my trunk.
Yeah, before first. Y'all going to see it first.
I want to, because I like the personal touch.
Yeah.
And then I don't want to have to ship I don't want nobody else to have my stuff somewhere. And I don't know what they're doing with it.
Right.
If it's coming from me, I know you got it from a good source, and I don't mind doing the work. Right. I don't mind doing the work at all. Right.
You don't want nobody tweak your shit. Like what Frank Lucas said, it says Blue Magic. You know what I'm saying? It's a company. You don't take it and put your little cut on it and keep it inside Blue Magic. Nah, change the name, whatever,
and that is exactly my concept. Like when you learn something from somebody and you figure out a way to make it better, go make it yours.
Right.
Okay. Thank you for the idea. Yeah. But I know what I can do to make that better. And now I'm finna rebrand it and make it mine because I've added something else to it. And everything in this weight loss tonic is a natural season that's probably in people's cabinets. And God showed me how to put them all together and make something that's diabolically helping people lose weight and helping them relieve blood pressure and all that kind of stuff.
That's live.
And so, yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
If you had to start all over again, what would you do differently?
I'd change the people that I hung around when I was trying to get off the ground.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be as giving as I was, because now that I've learned the value of time and I've learned the value of having people around you that believe in you, and I've learned the value of not being the smartest person in the room, I've also learned the value of being quiet.
Right.
You don't have to know everything. And so what I would have changed is the people I would change the people that I came up around.
Right.
And I'd get out of that mindset of I gotta be around people like me.
Right.
Because people like me ain't always like me. They just look like me, but they not like me.
Right.
And I had a wise person to tell me about that crab bucket mentality, and I didn't believe in it, but I made a post one time that said, who put the crabs in the bucket? And why come we can't turn the bucket over together? Crabs don't get in the bucket on their own.
Yeah, you're right.
So that's what I would change. I would change the crabs I was hanging around and get crabs that wanted to have a hand.
Yeah, because who said we was in the bucket? You know what I'm saying? Like, because they say crabs in the bucket, but who said we was in y'all bucket?
Who put us in the bucket?
Who put us in that bucket? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so that's all. I think I would just change my circle because I had access to people that I didn't know how valuable they was because of the fear of the fear that was in my mind about rich people and white people. But I'm 50 now, and I'm just now starting to hang with white people and trust them. Even though in school, like middle school, I had one white friend named Leah Jensen that was a best friend of mine. But somewhere along the way, I just stopped liking white people just based on what my family told me about them. I didn't even have no experience
and what was being put out there and stuff like that. You know,
those have become my biggest supporters.
Yeah,
my biggest supporters.
Yeah, for sure. How did you come up with the ideas of your business?
The ideas of my business. Everything I came up with was based on somebody else's suffering and something I wanted to fix. I can't use a whole lot of stuff on my skin because I have sensitive skin, so I don't use a whole lot of everything. And so I had to find something that worked for me that smelled good and then had a meaning. I like stuff that have meaning. Frankincense and myrrh makes me think of Yeshua. That's why it's called the Royal Watch, because it's for melanated people. Right. I try not to sell it outside of my melanated people, but other people like it, I'll sell it to them too. Lavender is something that men and women can use for anxiety. And men go through a whole lot of emotional feelings that they never get to express because they have fears of how they gonna be received. People think they're gay, all kind of stupid stuff. And so I wanted to give them something that did nobody know this was the thing making them comfortable. I have a lot of my customers that use the frankincense and myrrh. They put it in their hair. They don't even use it for a wash. They just shake it up and put it in their hand and rub it on their locks. And they like me sound stage. I be pulling with that frankincense and myrrh. They be always asking me what's something. I don't even want to tell them because they don't want nobody else to buy it. It's funny to me, but I love it for the purpose intended, that it helped my people get out of their comfort zone.
Right. That's live.
Yeah.
Okay. Any advice about setting up a business in terms of legals and accounting?
Any advice about setting up a business, legal and accounting? Yeah. Whatever you make, invest back into yourself. Take half of your money and put back into yourself. God asked for 10%. I asked for 50. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if we learn how to not spend our money and hold on to it, we do better. And we've always been kind of taught to be flashy and stuff.
It's kind of hard to say hold on some money, but bills be high as motherfucker around them.
Man,
every time you come out the house, you spending $100. Easy.
Absolutely.
Easy. So
But
it's hard. It's hard to do that.
You have to get disciplined.
Yeah, especially when you're an entrepreneur. So you telling the entrepreneur that's doing that, you know what I'm saying, to put it back in the business, man. You know what I mean?
It's like when I sell a certain amount of these, when I sell 10 or whatever, that one for 15 or two for 25. So every time I sell them, I put half the money back. So if I sell this for 15, I put back $10.
Right.
I put back $10.
Cause you gotta buy these little bottles.
Yep, I gotta buy the bottles. I have to buy the label. I have to buy the frankincense, the myrrh, and the castor oil. And so then you don't even add in your time value that you gotta sit, mix everything and all that. Yeah,
cooking it and shit in there, chemicing and shit.
And so you have to look at yourself as a business. So if I was to hire you, how much per hour would you get paid to sit in a manufacturing shop and manufacture, putting everything, the tops on everything?
Yeah.
And that's how I treat myself. But I didn't know that until I got up in age, like in my late 40s, till I started meeting people that had business information to share with me. And so that's what I would tell them: reinvest into yourself, so that when you go to and get you a bank account.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be scared of the banking system, and don't be scared of the banking system, and find a way to hide your money from you.
No.
Make yourself think you broke. Like if I started broke, let me continue to stay broke and keep on putting it up.
Right. What have been some of your biggest learning experiences in running a business?
In my 50 years of living, the biggest learning experience I had was just the last 2 weeks of December. I got off my job December the 13th. They let us go on vacation until January the 1st. And I got I had the opportunity to hang around some very wealthy people. One of my friends owns my new circle. Two of my friends, they own a hangar over in Addison. Another one is a real estate broker. Her name Didi Vadrine, if anybody looking for a home. I got another friend named Vincent Castile. He has a big old RV called Making the World Famous. He's a rolling barbershop. And then I was with my friend Mr. Jason and his wife, Miss Nisi, at their hangar. And in that room, and I was with some other very popular, Young Diggy. Diggy is a upcoming rapper. And I was in a room with them, and so they were talking to me about business and all kinds of stuff, and some kind of way it came up about me, how much would I charge them to book a show. And just not even thinking, just being me, I said $1,500. Bro, I got cussed out for 30 minutes. And I mean literally got cussed out for 30 minutes straight. And they said, are you crazy?
You should be more.
Yes. Yeah. And they said, Anastasia. And my friend that's a realtor, and I'm not going to cry. Lord, I'm not going to cry. My friend that's a realtor, she said, Anastasia, I shouldn't be able to afford you. She said, I can afford you at $1,500. She said, I shouldn't be able to afford you. And they took the next 45 minutes to break down to me quality, quantity, and service. And I had never, in all of my years of doing comedy, finna be 23 years come March the 27th, I had never had anyone to break business down to me in such a way. And one of the other gentlemen, I can't think of his name, but he said, Anastasia, he said, you should be getting paid no less than $20,000. He said, you need $1,000 for every year you've been in the game. It's finna be 23 years, March the 27th. But when I was having a conversation with him, I just inadvertently said 21. He said, well, you need to be getting paid 21,000. And then I was like, for everybody? And then they said, no, but that should be your go-to. He said, and then they went on to break down. They said, this kind of room, you should get 5,000. This room, you accept 7,000. This room, no less than 20,000. And then they went on to tell me about who I was as a comedian. They said, you're able to do clean crowds, you do motivational speaking, you're a pathetic speaker. I can do stand-up comedy. The God energy will come in me. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you can keep going.
Okay. And so when I'm doing stand-up comedy, sometimes I go into pathetic speaking. And so God will stop me in the middle of my comedy set. I'll stop, tell somebody, hey, God needs you to know such and such and such and such. This thing is going on in your life right now, and blah, blah, blah. And so the crowd will be like, what the heck? How she know this? She don't even know this person. And then the person will be like, whoa, like, you are absolutely correct. Or somebody around them will say, she is absolutely correct. And I'll give you an example. I did a husband and wife retreat thing for couples at a church, and there was this particular lady in the crowd. God kept telling me to get on her. And so sometimes I'd be like, man, not right now. I just got this gig. And so he kept on saying, tell her about herself. So I just went out of my set. But I kept it comical. But I told her what God needed her to know. And I'm like, hey, I said, you need to quit your bad acting. I said, God said, when you are a child, you act as a child. But when you become an adult, you need to act like an adult. No more that foolishness at the funeral trying to pull the casket over and stuff. Not knowing nothing about this woman. Not knowing nothing about her. Never met her a day in my life. Told her, don't be pulling over the casket and stuff. The people at the table was just like, and her husband turned his back and turned around. And God made me tell him, you part of the problem because you won't tell her when she wrong. And I told the people, I said, y'all need to start calling her out on her behavior because y'all accept it and try to make other people accept it. Went right back into my set, started right back doing comedy. And when I got up and got finished, the people were like, oh my God, like, you're so right about her. How did you know that? I said, I didn't know nothing about her. I said, God knew everything. I said, all I do is tell people what the message is, and then I continue my job. And so that's something that's a value because I'm the only comedian you can look up under ministry.
Right.
And then on top of that.
So what's that like?
Ministry? Yeah. It's just ministry by way of comedy. I can make you laugh. I ain't got to tear you down. I ain't got to beat you up. I can tell you the whole word doing stand-up comedy. You'll be laughing, getting taught, being able to receive, and you be able to keep the word in you. You're able to keep it. And whereas when ministers talk to us, they sometimes belittle us, tell us how we finna bust hell wide open. I ain't got none of that for you. You ain't doing no busting hell wide open over here. I'm finna tell you God love you. I'm finna tell you what's your best attributes, and I'm gonna try to help you to get over what is blocking you. But I'm not finna tell you about you finna go to hell because I don't know what's going on in your life or where you going in your life. And I think people should really not try to do that to folks because wherever they're at this point in their life is exactly where they're supposed to be for where God is taking them.
Right.
So if I come in your life and I say, well, you need to stop doing this and you need to stop doing that, you don't know. I don't know if this is the area God is training you for who you're going to become. A drug addict can't teach another drug addict how not to be a drug addict unless they've been a drug addict.
Right.
And so that's just my
that was some game right there, you know. Yeah, for real. A drug addict can't tell another drug addict how not to be a drug addict. if they never did drugs.
We don't, and that's our culture. First thing we want to know is, have you been through it?
Yeah.
If you can't been through it, if you haven't been through it, you can't tell me nothing. And people be like, well, I don't have to have the experience to tell you. You can't relate to my emotions. You cannot relate to my feelings. You cannot relate to my pain.
Yeah, you don't know what I've been through.
Yeah. You haven't been through it. So you shadow boxing.
Yep.
You ain't got hit with nothing.
So 2025, what we gonna see from Anastasia The Bold?
Woo, man. Okay, so what 2025? What are everybody gonna see? Well, after May, I'm not taking any more gigs less than 5,000, and I'm letting that be known. I'm finishing everything
put that price out there for y'all. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
I'm not doing nothing past less than 5,000 after May. And I'm getting my insurance license coming the 26th of this month. I'm already an energy broker. My goal is to be fully self-reliant by June of this year. Okay, forgive me, Father. By April 1st of this year, my goal is to be fully self-reliant. I want to start teaching my people about financial wealth, because a lot of us don't know that insurance is not for the dead, it's for the living. The other people have been doing very well with life insurance, where we think it's something that you're supposed to have when you die. No, if we get insurance at the right age, whole life insurance, that's money that you can borrow if you get diabetes, get sick, get your health get bad, anything. You can borrow against your death benefit to help take care of your family, rather than having to run up your bills and your insurance and stuff. And we don't be having that knowledge. Right. We around here thinking you gotta die to get the insurance money. We don't want to leave it to nobody, because we don't want nobody living off us. And a good friend gave me an example. They said, the man will say he don't want to leave the wife nothing, because another dude gonna spend his money, but you got a baby with this woman. So now that you don't want to leave no money for her, your daughter's finna do bad. Your daughter's gonna end up marrying the very type of man that you didn't want her to have, because you didn't leave her nothing that you could sustain.
You could have left her something. You didn't leave the mama nothing. You could have left her something.
Yeah, and so we have to learn how to live and leave and build generational wealth. And we have to learn outside of our box. We so used to hustling and surviving. And for me, surviving is being able to dog paddle. Right. But you get tired of dog paddling. Right. I want to swim, bro. Right. I want to go to the bottom of the water and see what's in it. Right. And that's when you living, when you can enjoy the water. Dog paddling, you just keeping your head above the water. But when you learn how to live, you get to see the octopus, the shark, you get to go see the submarines, the corals, the pearls in the bottom of the ocean, and you succumb to the pressure of the ocean and you become a diamond. Because pressure is what makes us better. And everything that I created was from a pressure. Something I couldn't get done because what I had on a 9 to 5 wasn't doing it. So the pressure made me say, you got to get some of what's in you out of you. And that's what all my products are. It was the things that was in me that I had to figure out. This year, you're going to see me singing. This year, you're going to see me doing poetry. You're going to see me doing comedy. You're going to see me doing financial seminars to educate people. I have a program called From Perception to Professionalism I'm doing this year. I'm doing From a Hustler to a Husband this year. And I'm doing From a Hoe to a Housewife again this year, because I've already done that twice.
What is that?
From a Hoe to a Housewife, it's basically taking women that are broken, women who've been molested, women who've been sexually abused, women who've been in domestic violence relationships. A lot of women don't know the reason that they're broken, or either they won't accept the reason that they're broken. And a lot of men don't ask questions of why a person is away. They just be like, oh, she crazy, she just a regular black woman. But over 80% of the time, you attract you. The opposite of you in a woman. So her little girl that didn't get protected is attracted to the grown man in you that has the protector energy. Your little boy that may not have had a good relationship with the mom is attracted to the woman in her that has a protector energy. But sometimes in communication, we don't know which one is talking. We don't know if the little girl is talking or the grown woman is talking. So when a woman hasn't had a father in her life and she meets a dominant man, they'll have a great relationship till he tell her what to do. As soon as he tell her what to do, it's a fight. Like, why she ain't listening to me? Da-da-da-da-da. Because now the grown woman done stood up that didn't have a daddy. And so now she like, you can't tell me what to do. I done made it to being grown. But the little girl want to listen. So if the man learns how to use his voice as a calming agent and using touch, not to be feeling on you, because I know you in a relationship, but when you touch a woman, you calm her down. Even when a woman don't want a hug, if she's screaming at the top of her lungs and you just get quiet and walk up and just hug her, she gonna at first resist. But if you keep holding with the man strength energy, she gonna break down, she gonna cry, and she gonna start apologizing. Without you doing anything, you will break that spirit. And all you gotta say is, baby, I love you. I don't know what it is, I don't know what to say, I can't fix it, but I'm here. And just stop talking. Sometimes women don't need an answer. They don't need nobody to figure it out. And when you hear them fussing and going through shit, going through stuff, just ask them, baby, are you looking for an answer for me, or do you just need me to listen? And it'll stop a whole argument. And she said, I just need you to listen. And she just going off about a whole lot of stuff, and all you gotta do is, okay. Just do that every once in a while. And when she through, like, baby, are you finished? Yeah, baby. And that's it. And you'll be like, well, damn, I never think nothing like that'll work. But you will find out the strongest women be the softest spirits on the inside. People think I'm so dominant. They think I'm dominant as hell. I am the biggest baby. I love teddy bears. I got a cat that I pick up every time I come home. I was in a relationship with a guy for like 3 years. And he thought I was so dominant and strong because he was a Scorpio, and we clashed a lot because I was bossy and he was bossy. We broke up for some years. We got back together for like another year. Again, we came back together like some years later, and we was together about a year. He went in the store and bought me a bear. He had never in all of our relationship bought me a bear. Yeah. He bought me this bear, and he was like totally blowed by how I reacted. Yeah. And then I'm a teddy bear lover. So when he gave me the teddy bear, I was taking this teddy bear everywhere because at the time I wanted a baby. And so I was taking this teddy bear everywhere with me. We went to the restaurant, the bear was right there. He's like, baby, you ain't gonna leave the bear? No, I'm not leaving my baby. And for me, it was a baby. And he didn't care. He was just tickled at like how attached I was to it. But women, the strongest women, are the softest women behind closed doors. Most of us are strong in men's presence because of what we done been through. And so we have to have that exterior because only the ones that are real will be willing to work to get through it. The ones who see me as a challenge and think I'm being boisterous or whatever, you're not for me.
Yeah, he gonna leave. Yeah.
And I want you to leave.
Yeah.
Because you're going to try to make me be less than you.
Yep.
And I won't be that. Yeah, or try to change me.
Yeah.
And I don't need to change unless I am changing because I found something that changes me.
Right.
Dope.
Right. Hey, man, she's dope. She's dope, man. Hey, we could be talking. If we could talk for an hour in here, I know. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all go check her out. What's all the platforms that you got?
Man, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. I'm on everything, and everything you can find me on is Anastasia The Bold or The Bold Anastasia. And I'm bold because I am highly favored. I have nothing to hide, nothing to hold back. Don't ask me if you don't want the truth, because I'm going to tell it to you. I was laughing because after I had left you off when we was on Slippery Wet, I laughed at you for 3 days when we was talking about circumcision.
Oh yeah.
Man, I laughed at you so long, and I thank you, A1, for having me on your platform.
Nah, for sure.
I love your energy. I love what you're doing, and I really think it's an honor to be on here with you because now I done been on the other real life superstars, or
real life street stars.
Yeah, real life street stars. Now I done been on real life entrepreneurs. I'm real life, y'all. Y'all better watch your Anastasia The Bold. Too real to be fake, and saying the things others only think. Thank you.
For sure, man. Hey, man, she is a real life entrepreneur, man, and y'all know that for sure, man. It's your boy A1 Still, man, and it's real life entrepreneurs, and we out this time, man.
Thank you.
Running, stay down and hustle like shit too. Trying to tell you this real life. It ain't for the weak, it ain't for the sheep. I'm talking about real life. Tuned in to RLE TV, trying to tell you this real life.